Hey guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'll be doing another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending April 21st, 2012. Anyway, as you can see from the video playing in the background, the CGI video actually, the first piece of news that we're taking a look at this week has to do with Dota 2. And the news is on April 20th, Gabe Newell, co-founder and managing director of Valve, mentioned in a podcast that Dota 2 will be free to play. Now, up until now, most people assume that Dota 2 will follow the traditional business model of being buy to play. But instead, now it is official, Dota 2 will launch as a free-to-play title. No specifics have been mentioned though, but players should expect free-to-play components to be similar to games like League of Legends and Heroes of New Earth, in that cosmetic items will likely be available for cash. Now, one thing that Gabe did mention was that they did want to reward players somehow who do good behavior, mentor other players, and things of that nature. Now, since Dota 2 was announced, I've been saying that ever since then, the game will likely be free-to-play, and it seems like I was correct. I've been saying for a long time now, and I still hold the belief that free-to-play is the future of gaming. Next up is a bit of news we forgot to mention last week. On April 13th, Champions Online released the On Alert update, which most noticeably introduced a new system to the game called Specializations, which are available at level 10, which allow players to further customize their superheroes in the game. Also including the update is a new recognition system which allows players to earn a new in-game currency which can be used to buy special costume pieces and various other rewards. Players can also now further customize their character's gear with the new modifications and fusion system. Also worth mentioning is the game's entire level 1 to 40 experience has been slightly revamped to provide more meaningful rewards for quests and things of that nature. Next up on April 17th, Area Games announced a brand new free-to-play MMORPG called Waren Story. The game is a 3D fantasy MMORPG which features 4 playable classes: the Warrior, Gunner, Archer, and Brawler. The game has action-oriented combat for both PvE and PvP, and will feature apparently in-depth character customization. Now, not too much is known about the entire game at the moment, as the only video we have of the game is the CGI trailer you're seeing right now, and unfortunately no open beta or closed beta dates have been revealed either. Up next, also on April 17th, Game Mania announces a new MMORPG called Soul Captor. Now, Game Mania, of course, is the same company who runs the Bean Fun portal, and Soul Captor will feature 6 playable classes and have a unique Soulpedia system where souls of defeated monsters can be collected and stored. Other features include the anima/companion system, an achievement system, and an advanced autopilot system, whatever that actually means. Now, closed beta signups are already available on the official website, with the game scheduled to launch sometime this summer. Keep in mind though, this is on the European Bean Fun platform, but I suspect US users should have no problem accessing the game as is. Next up on April 18th, League of Legends released a new patch as well as a new champion. The new patch includes several balance as well as several new features, the most important I think including the new floating text in the game, which makes it a bit easier to see how much damage you're dealing to minions and heroes, as well as how much damage you're taking from them. The new champion added in this patch is called Hecarim, which is supposedly a jungler champion or top lane champion, though I haven't seen him too much in games quite yet. A lot of people are complaining that he's a bit weak right now, but we'll definitely have to wait a bit longer to find out whether he's strong or not. Another big change in this patch though is that the bounty for heroes has been increased to 600, so if somebody's on a killing spree for a long time, they are now worth up to 600 gold rather than the previous cap of 500. Also worth mentioning though is some of the runes in the game have changed quite a bit. Many defensive MR runes have been nerfed, while AP runes have been buffed to promote some more aggressive gameplay. Next up on April 18th, JoyMax released a small content update for Digimon Masters Online, which adds Guilmon's ultimate form to the game, Gallantmon. Also including the update is Terriermon and Common Dramon. Players can continue to expect more Digimon to be added to the game as time goes on. I'm already pretty sure that the current Korean version of the game is much further ahead than the US version published by JoyMax, but that's usually the case. Up next, also on April 18th, Brawl Busters releases an update called Rumble in the Box, which adds a new map to the game. Also included in the update is the crew system, which is pretty much a clan/guild system. Players can compete against one another to find out who the best crew is in game. Now, most importantly though, the game's level cap has also been increased to 25 in this patch. And in case you didn't know, our Microvault is published by Rockeba Productions. The next and last bit of news comes from Crossfire on April 19th, and Crossfire introduces 2 new maps and several new guns with its April 19th update. The update adds Valkyrie Lab, a zombie mode map, and Museum, a team deathmatch sniper only map. 6 new weapons have also been added to the game with this update. And despite being an older MMOFPS game, Crossfire still remains incredibly popular. Well guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for games coming soon, we have one game to look at, and that's BrickForce. On April 19th, Infernum, the company behind BrickForce, announced that the game's first phase of open beta testing will officially begin on April 26th and will be available to everyone, and data will be stored permanently. Now, I'm not too sure what they mean by first phase. Hopefully the game does go from open beta to full release without too many phases in between. Anyway guys, that's it for MMO news, as we have nothing that recently launched this week. We did have the free weekend/open beta for Terra Online, but Terra is still scheduled to be a pay-to-play game, so I'm not that excited about it. I do suspect that the game will be transitioned to free-to-play sometime in the near future though, and I still strongly believe that free-to-play is where it's at. Well, as for games that launched recently, we actually do have one game to look at, and that's Super Monday Night Combat. And it's from Ubernet, and it launched on April 18th. And it's a surprisingly fun Dota-esque shooter. I guess you can think of it as a Land of Chaos Online style game, but with FPS elements. It's kind of like a class-based shooter with Dota elements. It's actually pretty cool. And it is completely free to play, and has the same champion rotation system that Han and League of Legends both have. And anyway, guys, that's it for MMO News, and that's the week ending April 21st, 2012. Now, if you want to read about or learn more about the news mentioned in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/news. And if you want to discuss anything in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/forums. Anyway, guys, this is Omer, signing off.